Back, folks. Let's see if I can pick up on it. I think we're live. I'm just checking. Yep. Okay, back, folks. Sorry about that. Ran out of battery. It's always something in it. I know Mimi was on the line. I don't know if you're back, Mimi, but we were having a good conversation about the height of fences, getting the Huskies a proper exercise, and even digging out. And what I was saying is, by the way, if you're just joining us, we're live on the Amazing Chase course. The Amazing Chase course is, I'm looking for Jag too. Where'd Jag go, Jimmy? You see him? One of them. I think that's Princess.
Nobody's here.
Yeah.
Nobody's there.
Let me tell you, that's Princess.
Behind the car?
I think he's behind the car.
Okay.
You need? Let me.
Take a ride.
Okay, buddy.
Find our boy. We lost the dog.
Nah, I have him on the GPS. That's why I use the Garmin GPS. I think he's right. Yep, there he is. Faking me out. Good boy, Jaggy. So, I'm on the Amazing Chase course if you're just joining us. Here you go, Jimmy. Yeah, he thought we were going. He's like, oh, we're going.
Time for dinner.
Yeah. So, if you're just joining us, we're having a great conversation before. Please ask any questions you may have. You're live with the WooFDriver at a place I call Amazing Chase Course. They do lure coursing. Lure coursing is a canine sport. It's designed originally for sight hounds because sight hounds have good vision, and a toy or a flag travels along the pulley system, which is a string powered by a motor, and it goes around a 3 to 5 acre course, and the dogs chase it. So, hey, Kathleen, great to see you. Yep, so I was just having a great conversation with Mimi about height of fences, digging out with Huskies, how they dig out of fences, how they need high fences, secure fences, and getting them the proper exercise. Because I do a lot, I'm very active with the dogs. They actually don't challenge any barriers that I have for them. Most Huskies will dig holes and will have other behavior issues if you can't get them enough, not only physical, but psychological engagement that they need to challenge them, because they're a very prey-driven, independent dog, similar to a wolf, their ancestors. And that's why they're beautiful. A lot of people get them, and they wound up, they're one of the most abandoned dogs breeds out there because of their insatiable appetite for independence, exercise, and to really sow their wild oats. Hello, Kasanas. Great to see you. I always say your name wrong. I apologize. But we're out here, once again, we're live on what I call the Amazing Chase course. It's something similar to what the canine sport of lure coursing. Lure coursing, again, is designed for sight hounds because they have excellent vision and they can run about 40 miles per hour. Now, they don't have the endurance of a husky, for instance. So they would do, usually these lure courses are 3 to 5 acres in circumference or in length. It consists of 3 to 5 acres that the dog will run to complete a course or a revolution of chasing the lure. The lure is anything we put on this pulley system. It's usually a plastic flag, excuse me, that is very lightweight, of course, and it'll wiggle in the wind. It'll move it'll flow, essentially, kind of like an animal will move when it's avoiding getting trapped, a dog chasing it, etc. So they recognize it as that. That's the first enticement. As soon as it takes off, most dogs will chase anything, but they'll lose sight of it because most dogs don't have the keen vision of a sight hound. A sight hound hunts more with its vision than it does with the scent of a dog, of anything it may be chasing. So these dogs are Huskies, and they don't hunt with their vision, but if you can entice them enough, they will chase this lure. That's a quick explanation there. Some dogs are interested, some dogs aren't. It's an AKC sport. It's designed a lot of years ago, and what they're finding is more breeds are interested in it than aren't. So they're making little courses. When I say little, they're making, from what I understand, almost like a tennis court, but there's many of them in succession next to each other, and there's places that people can take their dog. I know there's a place in South Carolina where people can take their dog for $5–10 and let it run the course. Usually the sight hound or most dogs will be content doing a lap or two around the course. With a husky and high energy dogs, high endurance dogs, they can go. I've had my dogs actually do, Zorro's done I think it was 15 or 17 miles 1 hour chasing the flight, essentially going in circles. So you can understand that this is can be an engaging sport. I call it the amazing chase because the husky northern breed version that I've developed here would not be acceptable by the AKC. The AKC is the standard for this lure coursing, and they would not like what I'm doing. Well, they wouldn't like what I'm doing because they're so politically correct, and they would say, oh, the dog can't come in contact with the flag. Well, the dog can do anything they want to do to have fun in my realm. And with huskies, nobody would go to this extent. It's kind of, hello, Bucky, great to see ya. It's kind of a little over the top because it takes so much to get the husky tired from an activity like this that we actually had to design special machinery. If you've ever watched The Dog Whisperer, Cesar Millan, he'll use the same equipment to train dogs, to work out dogs, to see what dogs it appeals to, because it's a great tool. But most of the ones that are available, there's no big companies, like you won't find a Panasonic or a Samsung that makes this equipment. This is usually all homemade, relatively speaking, or made in very small shops. And you can get it out there on the internet, but to do what we're doing, and that's usually car battery operated. So you get a big car battery, and people will take this lure coursing equipment and set it up in a field, and they'll usually call other people, or they'll advertise it somewhere like Craigslist and say, hey, come and run your dog here for $5, $10 a lap, or race your dog to see who's fastest, whatever. But with the battery, what I've found is the battery becomes overheated quickly, and that machinery degrades fast because it's not made for all the wear that we put on it because we're running the huskies, if that makes sense. Bucky, time for new music. Always time for new music. I'm not going to sing anything today, but just in case you wanted me to, maybe I'll lip sync something. So that's the deal behind lure coursing, a quick explanation. But I'm here right now. I've got Zorro. I don't know if you can see him. I'm using a real wide angle camera that I'm actually wearing on my head. So Zorro's to the left. Chase is next to him. Jim is running the equipment so I can be here filming and spending time with the dogs. Princess, who is actually almost 15 years old now, is straight in front of me. I'm pointing at her. And Jag is to the right of her. And we've done right now, the machinery is acting up a little bit. So we have the scooter out on the course. The scooter allows us to run the dogs. They can chase me on these fields that you see surrounding this lure course that I'm on, this field inside this pasture, inside this fenced area. I'll take them out there, and that course out there is about 5/8 of a mile, so almost 3/4 of a mile. I'll take them out there, let them chase me on the scooter. That way, the princess or the dogs that can't engage as much in the activity here, the lure course or what I call amazing chase, will be able to get some exercise as well. So, any questions, please go ahead and fire away. It's a beautiful day. I'm in Maryland. We're looking at temperatures roughly 82 to 85 degrees, almost no humidity. So Bucky will be used to this weather. It's California type weather, just beautiful. Wish we had this all the time. This is a treat for us. Usually this time of year we're in hot and humid conditions, over 90, and looking for shade. But this is not cool for the dogs by any stretch of the means, but at least workable to do what we're doing. And I'll show you in a little while. There's large tubs or vats of cool water that they can actually put their whole bodies into, and they can get a drink out of. So Looking for some questions here. Hello, Mimi. Bucky wants us to play some music live. We might do that in the future, Bucky. We've always talked about it. But I don't have any music with me now. Well, I have music. I don't have a way of playing it, I should say. So, by the way, though, you can always go to alldogradio.com and hear all of our music that we've done over the years, which Bucky's been a huge part of. There's a lot of relaxation music. I call it Wolf Dreams. There's a lot of parodies. There's guided dog meditations. There's funny parodies that we had. They're a little bit of adult flavored humor. We had a gentleman, Jamaican Me Wolf, the Wolfman. He's Jamaican Me Wolf, man. He's done some stuff for us, all kinds of, all dog related, and there's something for everybody, no matter what age group you're about. A lot of it is about just living life with a dog. A lot of it comes from my perspective, and we've been doing it for probably 10 years now, or close to it, just making the music, and lots of musicians have been part of the scene, and Bucky has helped me coordinate almost all of it. Hello, Liz. Great to see you. Thanks so much for stopping by. So, you see, Jim, that's, again, what's really interesting about that's a three-wheeled scooter. Now, most scooters, when I talk about scooters, there's different ones. There's dog-powered scooters. That is not one. This scooter is actually designed for people to ride on. It's got a little electric motor, and I've modified it, of course, so the dogs can actually attach to it. Now, this one doesn't have the modifications on it. The one I use at home, I've modified with these Springer type devices that let the dogs kind of run alongside of me. They don't have to pull it if they don't want to, but of course they can, and I can do 5 miles in my neighborhood pretty quickly, get the dogs quick exercise in, especially if I have inclement weather. We can go out, the streets are usually clear, whether it was snow out or rain, we can run in the rain, and it's a great way of getting easy exercise for them. Then this scooter doesn't have the dog attachments, so I can free range with them, and when we free range, they're totally off leash. They're on a Garmin GPS collar, and I'll show that to you right there. This is the controller, if you will, and it tells you each dog's stats. So for instance, this says Zorro, distance traveled today is 4.01 miles. He's at 6.09 miles per hour, his speed, and he's 83 feet from me, his distance. So he's about 83 feet. I'm looking at Zorro now. That's where he's at, and it'll give you global satellite directions to him if he was lost or I didn't know where he was at. I would say take me to Zorro. This controller and collar have about, as the crow flies, an 8 or 9 mile range. In rugged terrain, mountains, hills, etc., you could probably get 2 or 3 miles easily out of it. It's been certainly enough for me, and it tells you a battery level. It also tells you, and these batteries last for a while, if the dog's sitting, if the dog's moving, if the dog's on point, that means it's going in the right direction. On point, these were designed for hunters, so there's some hunting terms in there. They say they're treed, they're waiting at the particular spot where where they would be hunting for prey. I don't do that, but that's what that's about. So this can run, believe it or not, up to, I believe, 18 dogs. So what happens is people can have share their collars, especially hunters do this. They go out with a bunch of hunting dogs, and they can have all the dogs on all the different controllers, and they can see everybody's dogs. It's really quite cool and pretty sophisticated. And Garmin makes this product, so that helps me keep track of them. More importantly, it helps me keep track of their fitness level, so I know how many miles we've done on a particular adventure and how the different dogs are performing. Princess, being almost 15 years old, it's important for me to monitor her a little closer, let me know the exercise she's got in, and my most active dog, either Chase or Zorro, to let me know how they're engaging, because that's usually they're a sign of the conditions, how conditions are, whether being hot for them or wet, whatever. So it's pretty cool. The dogs are all excited because they're watching the neighbor here. There's the people that own the house are I rent this area from, but there's also a house they have on the property which they rent out too, and there's some new tenants that are in there. So what I'll do is I'm going to take the dogs for a ride. I'll show you how we do that. Oh, actually, Princess is engaging. Keep her going. She's going. What's that? Yeah, I know. You can talk to him. I'm going to take him for a ride. Let's see. I don't know who to. I don't want to get involved. Come on, guys. Okay, so now what I do? Zoro. So what I'll do is I'll do this quiet. Come on, guys. Jag. Come on. So what I'll do is I take him for a ride. I want to get another loop around the field here, and this is an ideal time. The neighbor was coming to observe, and since I'm broadcasting, I'd rather keep my attention on you guys than have to talk, and Jim will explain to him. Again, he's a tenant here, so of course the people that own the property know what I do, but sometimes they get a lot of different tenants here. They don't always know. Let me try to see if there's any quick questions. Mimi, you've spent a lot of time with Bucky online, I know, going over the music when he used to do the shows that were so great. Come on, guys, here. Here. And this is how I call them to me. Come on, here. Come on. And see, Zoro's engaged now. I have a audio tone on here. This is the way I can communicate with the dogs, too. So I'll go to Zoro's. Zoro! Zoro, no, here. Good boy. Come on. Here. Princess. Princess. See, they're more interested. Come on, Princess. Here, guys. Here. Come on. Jag. Princess is taking her time, but that's okay. Good girl. Come on. Here. Here. What happens is they'll start panting pretty hard, especially her at her older age. Princess, come on. Good girl, come on. And she won't be able to hear my voice as good. So what I'll do is, good girl, look at this good girl, is I'll give her an audio tone, which she can hear a lot better because it's on the collar. Come on, guys. Come on, good girl. Remember, Princess is almost 15. And she's chugging along like a real champ. She's got, last I checked, around 2 miles. Try to get her 2 to 3 miles on our adventures. The other guys, well, Jag's not as active, not as into this sport, so he'll probably be a 2 or 3 miler. Zoro will be anywhere from 5 to 10 today. And on a cold day, he'd be from 10 to 20. Come on, good girl. Good girl. And these are soybeans to my left. Stalks of corn straight ahead. We've had a really good amount of rainfall, been keeping everything well watered, all the crops here. So the crops are actually developed pretty, they're pretty mature for this time of year. They're actually going to be ready to harvest soon. But there's certain ways they do it depending on what kind of corn it is. Jag, here. Jag, come on. Good boy. Come on, here. Come on, good boy. So Jag likes to run. I didn't want him getting too deep in the cornfield. You'll see he's between the stalks. He's about 3 rows in, which is fine. I can keep a visual on him again. That's why they're wearing the Garmin collars, because sometimes I will let them meander all through the cornfield when I can keep an eye on them through when I know what's ahead. And this is a small cornfield, so they can have their freedom. Ho! Now they see me picking. Ho! Come on, pretty. So what I do? No, Jag. Good boy. Whoa! Look at this thing. It was just running out. So I thought somebody was driving. So stay. I think if Danny's watching me, he's like, take a spill, WooFDriver. Chase. No. Good boy. So that was a pretty strong word. So that's why he turned around. I was trying to keep him here by just saying his name, but that wasn't working. So, no, Chase! So he understands. No means WooFDriver's getting serious. And, Jag! So I'll say it in a pretty urgent voice. Jag, no! Okay, he's coming towards us too. And again, this is just waiting for Princess. So I'm teaching them to be patient, which is very important for them. Okay. Here comes Princess. Come on, good boys. Come on, good girl. What a good girl you are. And there are neighbors here. This is a kind of small area for where we normally go. Normally we have over 500 acres. This is about 35 acres. There's lots of acres surrounding, but they're not part of this farm. Come on, Jag! So now Jag wants to stay when I want him to go. That's typical husky. See how Chase is in front? He's the lead dog because first dog to the find is usually takes possession of it. So if in a real wolf pack, if they were chasing prey, the first one there gets the first prize, the first crack at it, and that's why a lot of times dogs are very competitive. First one to the food's going to get the most, or if it's limited, get the first bites in on it and maybe finish it off. That's how it works. Not how we train our dogs, but the competitive nature makes it really nice to keep them moving and engaged with each other. Good boy, Jag. Stay. Thought somebody was down there. Good girl. Look at Princess right with us. Okay, come on, guys. Oh, this is a hard hill to climb. Hope I don't fall here, because I know Dan will be laughing at me. We've wolf driving. We've had our fair share of incidents, not with the dogs, but with us humans. So there's always entertainment. You never know what's going to happen. I think that's why Dan tunes in. Dan's part of, in case you don't know who Dan is, he's part of the WooFDriver team, and he's not with me today. He's working for us, doing other stuff, but he's not out on this adventure. But he's usually out with us, especially on our ghost hunting adventures, and he's usually trying to make fun of me. So keep that in mind. Jag's in the soybeans, as you see them moving. He's headed in the right direction, so we've got no problem with that. I'm waiting for Princess, and come on, good girl. Come on. She wants to take her time and see something in here. Jag, Chase, ho. Good boy, Jag, ho. Come on, pretty. Come on, good girl. So as I move ahead, but she keeps me in sight, it entices her to go. This is a little bit of a gravel driveway, so. Chase, Jag, no. Jag wants to go the other way. Jag, here. Good boy. Come on. Here. Come on. Good boy. Princess. Come on, good girl. Good girl. So you can see they're not as enticed. Our third loop around, we've been through this. This is our third time. So it's not a fresh area. They've been here a few times today. Their scent is on it. They know they've been here. And they're like, okay. That's why when we free range and we go to these big areas, we don't usually retrace our footsteps, and it keeps them really engaged and going faster and moving at a better pace. Come on, good girl. Good girl. So you'll see Princess, she'll run as there she goes. See, she's running now. So as she gets excited and she gets more mobility through her arthritis and health-related issues, age-related issues, there she goes. She's bouncing. She's right on target. Good boy, Jaggy. Jag, now, come on. Jag will try to shortcut me and go through the fence, but I want him to get his full mileage in. Boys and good girls. This is Chase. I knew he was going to do a bathroom stop. Good boy, Chase. Oh boy. All this exercise and the scent and explorations of an area they're not always at not meaning not their home, causes them to go to the bathroom more, which is very healthy for them, as you're aware of. And here come the 3 dogs. So Chase is doing his pit stop, and Jag is smelling something along the fence. I'll let them take their time. I'm not even going to call them. See if we have any questions. Zara's waiting patiently. So, yep. Oh, Mimi. Maybe the show again, start once a week. All right, Bucky, I like that. Hey, Kathleen, how are you? Great to see you. Yeah, Zara's a trip. He really is. It's hard to say who's more active, him or Chase. But actually, the real prankster of the bunch is the Jagster. Because Jag is just super sleuth, super smart, and super prankster. He's looking for always someone to harass and have fun with, and when he's done, get out of his way. He gets grouchy. He shares the seat in the truck usually with, when we drive on a long dog trip, with whoever's my co-pilot's going to be, usually Jim, and Jag kind of harasses him. So he lets Jim know that he gets most of the seat, and Jag doesn't like any of his water spilled from him from his water bowl. So we can't fill it all the way. The other dogs don't care. They you know, splatter it everywhere. Hey, good girl. See Princess running now? So she knows, look at that. She knows her limitations and when she can run, what she wants to do, and how she wants to keep up. But Jag is just a trip. So we can't fill his water bowl all the way, because if it spills, he won't lay near it. And he'll actually, he'll chase Jim away. Jim will have to dry it all. It's just really funny. It's quite a comical scene. So we're back inside the course area, and the dogs are sniffing around. I'll give you a mileage reading on them. I'm always monitoring their activity level, because I want to make sure, most important is that we got enough activity in. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on, guys. Howdy, howdy.
What's going on?
How you doing?
I'm Jake.
I'm Bill. Bill Hellman. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Thank you.
This is Katie, my girlfriend.
Oh, that's okay. It's all over me. Nice to see you, Katie.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
I've been looking forward to seeing these guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Talking about it and
Yeah. Oh, it's quite a scene, especially in the winter when they're really cool. When they're cool and they can really run, they're chasing this thing. Especially that guy. She used to, but she's getting old now, so she doesn't have the energy. But they get incensed with it. That's why Jerry made the track for me, so I can get their attention off of it. But it's actually a good way to get the other dogs that don't participate as much in this, run them on that track. That's about 5/8 of a mile.
that
So
thing, yeah.
it's cool.
I was watching this thing when I pulled up. That thing freaking moves, man.
Oh, it does. Jag. He might be a little sensitive with her. Just she's the boss. She's yeah. yeah. I mean, there's a little bit of everything going on. But I had her. She was about 5 years old when I got those guys. I got her when she was 4. Okay. So the family had to get rid of her because of health issues, I believe they had. Mm-hmm. So I got her. I took her. But these guys I've had since puppies, and I've had dogs before this husky. So
yeah.
So many of them, but they're funny because they're great with people, but they'll bicker with each other, establishing that hierarchy of that pecking order. So especially this guy, he's the smallest, but he's the feisty, and he rules him, the big one. And he won't stick up for himself. That's because he was the little brother, always. So good boy.
You don't like it when you're putting them and knocking them.
Yeah, they all have their own personalities. Yeah. Good girl. See, she'll slip and then she'll. Good girl. So I just had to meet the locals. So the dogs are great with everybody. The only thing is they can become possessive and territorial. They're huskies, and they have that pecking order, the hierarchy order. So they'll try to establish themselves and flex their muscle with each other, sometimes depending on the circumstances of getting around new people and other dogs sometimes. So I have to keep them all set, and I have my own way of doing that, part of our training regiment. So, see Princess getting a drink there, and when she wants to, she'll get into the tub. Usually as we work through the day, she'll get the mobility to do that, but she doesn't seem to want. She did it earlier today. She's happy just taking a breather. I'm going to see if there's any other marks here. Okay, me. Jag wants to get a little vocal here. All right, Jaggy. Relax. Good boy. All right, good boy. So we're going to do a quick mileage check, folks. Let me check. I wanted to do that. I'm going to go over the sunlight over here. So Princess actually got 2.6 miles. So she'll get her 2 to 3 mile range. You can see Jag's in the tub over there. Jag's got 2.45. I told you him and her are similar. Chase is having a seat. Chase has got 3.7. And I'm checking here in case she was off camera, and Zorro's up to 4.8. So we're probably going to be out here another half hour to an hour, maybe keep broadcasting depending on conditions, and we're going to let them do what they want to do here. So, and Jim's showing the people that moved in here, just giving them a tour of the place. Good.
He loves it.
Good girl. Any questions anybody has, I'd love to answer. Dan, are you still with us? Bucky, you still with us? Okay, so Jim's going to start in case you didn't see it before, he's going to start the chase up. Now Princess hears the sound and she sees the spindle moving, so she knows the flag is live. So he's tired. He's tired. He's usually zooming around. Oh, he got it. Zorro. Zorro. Nope. Good boy. Yeah, he's definitely tired. See, he's shortcutting it because he knows it's going to come up here. But, again, that's what this all is. There's no rules. Kind of like Outback Steakhouse. No rules, it's just right. They say, I don't know if you see his tongue hanging to the side, but that's the closest thing to a human smile for a dog that you can get, is their tongue hanging to the side. It's usually a sign that they're smiling, they're happy, they're content. Now, the other dogs just walk in the perimeter because there's strangers here. They haven't met these people before, so they're smelling to see what's going on. Do they have a dog? Is there any other animals here they haven't met? Whatever. So they're actually being as much of a husky watchdog as there can be. Zorro says, I'm not worried about that. I want that flag. There he goes. And when he's in full, Jim's going to cat and mouse him, so he's going to. This is real low activity for even him, just because it's still hot, and we've been getting good other engagement this week, so he's not as, doesn't have the energy to spill. But I really enjoy seeing them pacing the perimeter like that, because that is adding to their exercise, mileage, and their engagement. They're curious. And we can walk outside there. Sometimes I'll come back around this area and ride the scooter around with them. But usually I use the rear entrance, which I had just taken you on. But sometimes there's nobody here, and we'll be able to elongate our course by accessing up top here too. So, and that's pretty much a wrap here, folks. Any more questions, I'm happy to answer. Wolfpack's all doing well, thank God, and we're having fun. Tomorrow we might, there's a couple options on the table, possibly a ghost hunt, possibly a biking adventure. So we're not sure, but stay tuned because I am going to try to do a lot more live broadcasts. Also, if you get a chance, go to ALL as in all. Woof is WOOF, like the dog, woofs.com, allwoofs.com. Check out, that's a whole portal for all my websites. Almost all of them are dog related in some way, but there's a couple that are music, some music stuff, and even some other subjects. I have a presidential pet museum I'm the curator and the president itself of, and that's really interesting, and that's a whole nother facet that I've become interested in and have taken ownership of, actually, and it's pretty famous. We've done some pretty big interviews, and by the way, I'm in an article mentioned in the Susquehanna Life. It's a magazine in Pennsylvania, and that's linked on the main WooFDriver website. You can see more about me and what I do with the dogs and how I get involved and everything else. So they contacted me because they wanted to know different areas in Pennsylvania I like to go, good trails, etc. And I really, it was really a great spread they did. I didn't expect them to do what they did. It's an online article as well as a printed magazine article. So please, you'll find more about that on the WooFDriver website. If you haven't been to the WooFDriver website, we totally redesigned it. And it's came out really nice. So it's pretty informative, and it tracks me from how I got involved with this to where I am today. And on allwoof.com you'll see plenty more. And again, I hope to bring to you a lot of other live broadcasts, especially, and WooFDriver happenings right here on Facebook. There's some other Facebook channels I'll keep you apprised of, especially like Werewolves, WEREWOOF as in Frank, S as in Sam, werewolves.com. That's one of our channels where we do our ghost hunting, which all developed out of the running the dogs at night. And that's where we're at, folks. So this is WooFDriver. I really appreciate everybody joining in. I hope everybody has a great evening, and I'm going to sign off here somewhere. Let me see where I can do that. And I hope to see you on a WooFDriver show real soon. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great day.